Hello, Woodpeckers. Woodpeckers, welcome back. This is episode 11 of Wood and Whiskey Wednesday. What we're going to look at is a few things of this last month of episode 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 rounds it out. We're still doing the giveaway for either our ribbon rack or a desktop box footlocker. Let me know which ones you want. Whoever wins next week, we're gonna do the drawing just like we did the one at the beginning of this month, where Troy won a flag and so did Amanda. We were gonna do one, but we ended up doing two. Depends on how well this is received. We might do the same thing. Maybe one, maybe two. Maybe giving out little side things. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what goes on. But welcome back. Brad's glad you were here. Your husband got a rant from me this morning, and I apologize. Publicly apologize. He didn't deserve it at all. So this week, going back to the single barrel. It's smooth. I like it. I'm in this because I'm going to go running right after this. And by running, I really mean a walk, jog, old man shuffle. But I need to not be fat. So pull up a stool, sit back, grab something to drink. Let's get to it. Will, Jeff, how's it going? Glad you're here. So episode 7, technical difficulties, started it off. It was horrible. First 2 streams failed. Finally got it up and running and ended up pretty much doing a do-over for YouTube and YouTube only. To go out and watch episode 7. It was actually the one I wanted to give you that you didn't get. You got the problems with internet, problems with my, microphone. Horrible start to the 7th episode. You think you'd be lucky. It was not. But that is the episode that we gave her with those 2 wavy flags. Both of them seemed like they really enjoyed it. I was thrilled to one, make it, and 2, to give back. And that was the theme of episode 7, was giving back to those that give me. Sitting here watching me, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing to that YouTube. Giving back to those that, give me a thrill. Had no script for episode 7, and it was kind of lengthy, and it was right off the cuff, much like this one is. I do have notes. If you see me looking up, it's actually different setup. I have notes. Episode 8 was all about branding and how I rebranded what I originally had off of a saw blade that had the O of my last name as the center of the saw. I thought I was super ingenious to come up with that. Pretty much, I'm going to start a business and this is what I want. No thought into it. So when we rebranded, 2-3 months ago, into the Woodpecker, strictly for these videos, I stuck with it. And the trials and tribulations that I kind of went through, and the lessons that I learned, that was all in episode 8. If you haven't seen that one, go back, YouTube, look at it. It was a pretty good one. Episode 9 brought us the nice little whiskey barrel funness of me chopping it up with a sawzall that had a wood blade on it, and there was metal. Great short if you want to go out and look at that on YouTube too. It's towards the end, about the 2-minute mark, I start burning my leg. Wasn't smart enough to wear, actual. I've got shoes on today because I'm seriously gonna go and run, walk, jog, not die. In that video, I had sandals on. Not the smartest thing. Kyle, I love Maines, but that episode was great. breaking it down, talking to you folks. Like I want to say that was my most well received video with the interactions that we had, and how much I did not want to go spend $300 on a shelf from Etsy. Um, like how we came up with what we wanted for our house, and I can't put this one in the house because it's got stuff on it that says woodpeckers. My wife said no, so we're making another one that's gonna go into the dining room so it can actually get all of my bottles off of the cabinet or the counter in the kitchen. Last week we talked about finishing. There's a royal finish, Crown Royal. That stuff is still got it out here. Delicious. If you haven't had the blackberry Crown Royal, go get it. It's amazing. Hey, I got my first stars. You're amazing, Amanda. Thank you. First stars ever. But yeah, that blackberry whiskey was great. Had a couple dad jokes in that video. Again, go watch it. Hasn't I don't think it's broken 15 views yet. Um, that was a good one though. We talked about the finishing of of polyurethanes and different kind of sprays that I like and I use, and stuff that I just will not touch because it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for this environment. I'm in a tank top and I'm sweating. You can't use epoxy in the garage. It does not work. We found that out by almost like setting the house on fire, and not to that extent, but almost close. And see behind me, somewhere back there, there is a fire extinguisher, and that's there for a reason. We try to think a little bit of safety around here, especially when you're sipping. So it was a great video. I enjoyed it. It got me to talk to a couple of you folks about, fellow woodworkers that were in the chat of what they use. Buddy of mine down in Georgia, he does woodworking as well. And he likes shellac. I can't stand the smell of it. It was Bullseye. I did find out. Of course, I went back to Lowe's. I went there. I was like, no, I gotta figure it. It was Bullseye or Eagle Eye, or it's in a yellow can. It's Bullseye. Stuff is amazing. I don't like the smell of it. So that brings us to episode 11. If you notice behind me, it says the whiskey, which we've already drank, mistakes, and a new project. So I have a couple of projects at all times going on. Still working some coasters for a buddy of mine. Some of them are actually finished. Working a large shadow box where you saw me. You go out and look at that YouTube short. That's actually going bananas too with the amount of views on it. Of me cutting it up and then sewing it, and some people weren't too happy that I had to cut into the blues, but I don't know how you would not be able to lay it flat in a shadow box without altering it. When I started out, I was using tape, and I literally have a bunch of different colors of tape. Wasn't the best idea. It didn't work out the best, but it worked out for what I needed it. And that was what I saw on YouTube of this is what people were doing. And then I started thinking about it because I brad nailing the hell out of stuff to go into the back of the boards. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way. Sew it. So I started cutting them, started sewing it. I've done blues. I've done army blues, the green. A couple of different sheriff's uniforms. One particular out of Jersey, another one down from Florida. And a couple of flight suits, and those are really tricky. I've never wore a flight suit, so getting around seams, make it look best I can. It's great. Went on a rant. Mistakes. So while I was making this one right here, you notice it's brown. If you could see it up close, the darker ridges are actually gray. So I was in a rush the other night, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get the stain on here. I gotta get this project done. It's coming up due. That's me putting on my gloves. And so what do I do? Every other time I've got a project out here, I opened up Netflix. Currently watching Mom. I don't know why I didn't watch that a while ago, because it's pretty damn funny. So there I am, just watching Mom. And I go to my go-to right now. This slate color will go on everything that I make, because I like the way it looks. We'll go back to the ease of putting on, stains and top coats, where I literally always gloves, because it gets freaking everywhere. But I'll grab some nice little stain, and I start going after it. You're like, but wait, Steve, didn't you just say that it's brown? That's my freaking mistake. Horrible, horrible idea. So there I am. Got one of the large sides done. Got it all stained up. It's for flags go in the top. It's going to be, you know what I'm talking about. Flag. So I don't stain the entire thing because I don't want to stain it. But if there's anything showing, you want to get that little lip. So there I am, just going at it. And I'm like, you motherless whore. He didn't want gray. He wanted brown. How do you fix your mistake? We've already gone over wood is not cheap. Time is very, very scarce. So do I want to... I still have, wood I could use, so I can cut it up. But then I need to cut to sand. We sip. And we repeat. Do I want to throw that out? I'm not going to be able to use it. It's literally cut to the size of the glass. I can cut it up in smaller projects. I'll be alright. Like, no. Brown's darker than gray. It should be alright. And the only reason why I'm doing this on camera, because it came out freaking amazing. So I popped it open. Eventually. New sheet. New dip. And just apply it just the way I did the gray. Without letting it sit too long though. I don't want it to soak in. So then I go back. You just notice the last time when I took off the gray, I wasn't as aggressive. But I'm trying to pull out that brown and leave some of that gray. I think it's the best stain I've ever done. This and the other three pieces to it. That's my mistake. Sometimes it's hard to fix. Sometimes it's just I'm not leaving my house at 12 o'clock at night to go anywhere because everywhere's closed. But I got to get a project done. How can I fix it? Hot glue works on a lot of things. Won't lie to you at all. Hot glue works on a lot of things. You saw all my duct tape, because duct tape will keep stuff together. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. Sometimes you just got to cover up your mess. That's exactly what I did. So a couple of the other videos we looked at, and I have a problem with saying no. Like, can you do this? Absolutely. Mimi, hi, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well out there. 5 years on the wall, the flag that y'all got from me. Awesome. Glad it's still staying up and it's still, being presented in front of, friends and family. But if you go back a couple of episodes, you know that I'll never say, almost never, will say no to a project. I go to work with a pin that I've made, depending on, what day of the week it is. And so I'm minding my business a couple months back, going through the line at the store on base, and the lady goes, "Charlie Brown, that's nice. Where'd you get that?" I'm like, funny story, I make them. She's like, "Well, how much?" I was like, "Well, I sell them for $5." She goes, "Can you make me one?" And I got a coworker, loves Charlie Brown. If you can do a Snoopy as well, I'll take both. Easy day. I had those made because I made them for myself and have extras. So the next day I came in, here you go. So on Monday, I don't remember which one I was wearing on Monday. I know I posted about it. I forget which one it was. She looks up and she goes, "Hey, you think you do a butterfly?" Now, I know none of you have seen that video because that is currently on YouTube with 11 views for a short, which is weird because all the other ones go to like 1.5K. This one's got 11. I don't understand the algorithm at all. It wasn't dumpster fire, but Monday was a fucking dumpster fire. Holy shit. Not as bad as today. Today was a freaking right there with it. But of course, I told her, yeah. And she's like, "Well, I come back to work on Thursday. Can you have something for me?" So I went home. I was already doing a laser for a couple of the different projects. Made some little ranks, some yellow footprints for another project I was working on. So I jump on the Google, give me some outlines, bring it on, vector it up, 20, 25 minutes worth of work, hit print. So they print it out. So I asked her, I said, what color do you want? She goes, yellow. I made a couple of yellows. And this is the one I'm going to bring in for her to look at. I don't know why I like this one. All freehand. The little designs in it, where this was, part of the actual design of the original one. And then I made, I'm already there. Might as well make others. I did. I like that when it shines. I don't know why, but it just catches your eye really nice. Jellyfish on Monday. That's right, love. I did have my jellyfish on. And that's what she looked at. She was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "SpongeBob jellyfish." I had my shark socks on with it. I'm hydrated. I mean, that's gonna be a plus. So for those of you that are still here after 19 minutes, thank you. And I am gonna, shorten this one up because I do need to hydrate. I'm gonna drink this water afterwards. But you can't have wood water Wednesday like that. It's not nice. I do have to fire up the machine after I get off. I've got a while to go for this. Mains, thank you for that emoji. That was amazing. I do have a few things I had to finish up tonight. Might have to make it an early day tomorrow because I got things that are doing not enough time. Water Wednesday. Yeah, it's not Water Wednesday. We can't have Water Wednesday. Thank you all for showing up. You are definitely what keeps me coming back. I'm on episode 11. We're going to keep going. We'll see where it takes us. Get whiskey out of it. I mean, it's not that bad. Can't complain that much. I definitely needed it after today. It was good. And then when you're not, using it for stain, wipe the sweat. Amanda, thank you so much. She keeps sending me all these stars. Definitely appreciate it. I don't know what that turns out to be. I turned it on. I know it was a function I had to click on. We shall see. And I thank you for it. I love engagement. Tyler Doublet says, always got to be hydrated. And we live in North Carolina, and you've always got to be hydrated. Every day of the year. Because you don't know what the weather's going to be like. But y'all are amazing. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, y'all are amazing. Tell your friends. Like, subscribe, watch a video or two out on YouTube. That would be amazing. Still trying to quit my job after today. But we sand a lot. We sip. Yeah, we'll repeat. You have a good night. If I could find my mind.